6 personality traits of successful entrepreneurs.
So I found this list on Forbes. Number 1 is robust work ethic. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, that's a necessity for sure. Yeah, you got a work ethic, and I think to define what work ethic is kind of, waking up. I think waking up with a game plan, right? Waking up with a mission, and an understanding that you have things that you have to do before that you get to do the things that you want to do, right? So you have prioritized the things that you need to take care of, and those come first and foremost. That's what every employer, that's what every entrepreneur, they all are able to have this kind of clock in their head where they just understand and know what's in front of them, and they know how to prioritize things, and they know how to make a game plan, right? So they're prepared for their day, and they make sure that their list is checked off. As Mike said, it means they'll work late, they'll come in on weekends, they're self-starters.
Yeah, they don't ever forget. Like, it's always on their mind. Like, they are constantly thinking about work, thinking about the next steps.
Even if they're at family time, it says,
Yes.
right?
First show up, last to leave, which you do a great job at. And, even if it's just an idea, like, yeah, we're technically not on the clock, but you know that you're thinking about it. We care. We'll talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That is, you just got to have that. It's like you can't turn it off. Even though you're enjoying some family time, free time, it's still right there.
Yeah, and a leader's always going to, there's a team that, that's working together, and the leader should set the pace for what's going to happen, right? They're the ones that are making the example. They're living by their own words that they talk about. And so, in order to lead other people and to have a good teamwork, it's important that you're doing what you're saying, and not just doing a lot of talking.
Yeah, and so the second thing that they list on here is deep passion, which I think really kind of goes almost with work ethic, and we've talked about this a lot in the sense that if you're passionate about what you're doing, it's not really work. Right. So when you're coming in and you're that passionate about it and you're always thinking about it, it creates a good work ethic because you truly believe in what you're trying to do.
This is what they always talk about on Shark Tank when they're pitching their business. They want an investor. The sharks want to know, if I'm investing in you and your company, are you planning on just piecing out the first chance you get when money comes in, or is this your true passion? Like, are you ready to give this your all? Because this isn't my business. I'm investing in you, trusting you to do your job. If you're not passionate about it, I just feel like you can't. How can you hand it over to someone else? Yeah,
notice on the sharks, they typically don't like if you're trying to work, if you're not all in.
Yes.
Like if you're doing it on the side, and you've even if you've gotten to that point, it seems to me any interaction I've ever seen with them, they took that as a negative, because like you don't even believe enough in it to put everything on the table for you. Why should we put it on the table for you?
Right.
Yeah. Passion's important.
It really is. The next thing that they're talking about here is creativity. And I think what they mean by creativity is not necessarily just thinking of new ideas, but it's also, and Sean, you're really good at this, finding new ways to network and kind of group with different people, finding that, that in with different kind of relationships that kind of empower your business and grow.
I almost feel like the more passionate you are about something, the more creative you will be.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think from a creativity standpoint, as Mike talked about, it's not just one portion of things. It's really, to be when I'm at my most effective from a creative standpoint, it's because I understand how all the dots connect, right? So, once you understand how the dots connect, now your mind opens up to, okay, how can I leverage one or multiple steps of this process to improve my business, right? So you're always, this is something that if you understand the way the machine works, your creativity now has a purpose to it, right? So you're being creative in a way that's going to help you solve a problem based on the way these dominoes line up. And it's super important. It's back getting away from your business, understanding it. Now when that creative juices, man, it's a purpose, it's intentional, it's impactful, because you've taken a step back and really understand the way that the whole thing works.
Wow, that's good. That's good advice.
What's the next one?
Next one is motivated self-starters, which, clearly if you're not motivated, you can have all the great ideas, but if you just don't believe in yourself and you're not fired up to kind of do it, it's you'll never get started.
I saw a tweet. Someone said, if you're the type of person that needs someone to motivate you, you shouldn't be an entrepreneur.
Yeah, listen, I look at motivation and discipline. Motivation is a feeling. Discipline is a behavior, right? And so when you're looking at, there's days that I might wake up and not feel so motivated, but that's when that discipline comes in where, the discipline doesn't matter what kind of mood you're in. The discipline doesn't matter if it's a good day or a bad day. The discipline tells you that you have to go do those things. So motivation's good, discipline's better.
Yeah, no doubt. The next thing that they talk about is easygoing attitude. And I think this has a lot to do with, especially, I mean, we've had a lot of changes in the past just 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
And being able to flow with those times, adjust, and create kind of different things, it's really important if you're an entrepreneur. And I think that's why they mentioned this as number 5 for the personality traits.
Easy going.
Easy going.
No, but this is what I think they're talking about, is that when you're doing all these other things, right, there's a certain amount of you're comfortable that you're on the right track, right? When you're prepared and you're motivated and you're disciplined and you're doing all these things, then you're kind of doing everything that you can do. And what that does is, because it's done it to me, man, I don't focus. I know that if I just go do the things I'm supposed to do every day based on the history of my life to this date, everything is going to work out, right? And it doesn't matter if I got both feet on the sand or if I got one foot on the plank and one foot's over and I don't know where I'm going. If you just continue to move and take one step forward, everything always works out. So what that does is it's given me, I'm like a really this is a high pressure business we're in, and it doesn't bother me at all because I understand I'm on the right path. I'm in the right track. I'm doing everything that I can. And so it gives you that yeah, man, life's too short to be stressed out about stuff, man. Take it as it goes. Don't ever leverage today for tomorrow. And that's the way I live life. I'm trying to have as much damn fun in every 24-hour block as possible. And if you miss a day, man, you can't ever get it back. That's the way I look at it. So,
True.
It's all about your attitude and the perspective and being thankful and gracious and all those things, man. It's hard to not be easygoing when you're trying to be. And listen, it's hard sometimes, man. Those shit gets helter skelter. You got stuff everywhere, and it's like, man, just take a deep breath and enjoy the moment because there's beauty in the chaos. There's beauty when you got.
That's a good quote.
Yeah, there's beauty.
Tweet that. There's beauty in the chaos.
There's beauty in the chaos, and so you come to, like, I'm looking for chaos in my life because I'm trying to get there because that means that you're pushing hard. But if your perspective is right, when the chaotic stuff happens, it's like you're just like sitting there smiling. People are running around like crazy people, and you're good. So. I think that's a great trait. I don't know how you last for a long time if you're not easygoing, because being an entrepreneur is a pressure cooker. Mike.
Yeah, and I think especially even in today's world, how things are just shifting all the time. Nothing is you can have a strategy all you want, but I think a lot of times it gets derailed. And if you're not easygoing or if you can't go with the flow and understand, okay, well, we got to bob and weave, the way that I started doing this is not going to work, it could really lead to failure. So
There's no doubt.
So the last one, which might actually be one of the most important too, but I don't know, all of these are really good traits. And I see this in you a lot, Sean, because you're always sending me different things. You're always looking at stuff. But eager to learn is one of the characteristics they say as far as the top 6. That's number 6.
I would argue to say that, and I've read before that that's the most important trait, because when you're eager to learn, learning and growth go hand in hand, right? And so you're diving into things and typically learning about things, whatever that is. I've taught myself how to be a better person in every aspect of my life from things I've found on the internet, right? So when you're out there seeking things and it's there at everybody's fingertips, so the people that are seeking to learn, seeking to understand more, how does this all work, whether it's life, whether it's business, whether it's marketing, man, the answers are there. So it's just really not about talent or anything a lot of times, because I know how to talk to people. That's all I know how to do. But I also am eager to learn. So being eager to learn and being able to talk to people, you can make a really great living out of looking at that. But I would argue to say that my appetite, and I can't get enough of learning about every aspect of everything going on in life. It gives you an advantage over everybody else. If you have the man with the most knowledge, is the one who always wins, right? And so when you think about it from that perspective, I would say number 6 is number 1.
As soon as you said appetite, as soon as you said eager to learn, the word hungry comes to mind.
Yeah.
You have to be hungry
Always.
in the willingness to push through. Understand that you don't know everything. There's always room to grow. There's always room to learn.
Yeah.
That is just, I feel like, number 1, too.
Yeah, I think they kind of nailed it, man. Those are 6 great qualities. You guys answer us. What do you think the most important quality is? You know, what's your input onto this? We have a pretty strong opinion about it, but you know what? You could kind of toss up any one of these 6. They're all good.
Yeah, comment below. Which trait do you think is the most important for entrepreneurs to have?